Hello everybody, it's the Warhipster here, back with another episode of the Tale of Many Warhipsters. Well, I say episode, it's chapters. We're on chapter 3, it's happening, it's chapter 3, I'm very excited, and I am of course joined by the legends and bosses that are Mr. ADR Wargaming and Mr. Reza Prime. Hello gentlemen!
Hello!
How are we today? Are we good? Are we happy? Are we healthy? Are we excited?
Yes, I'm very excited to see what people have done. I'm a bit hot. I mean, not now. It's cooled down now, but it's really hot today. It's a really hot day. It's quite warm. It's very British. You know, we get a bit of warm weather, and I'm like, oh, it's too hot for me.
It's only taken until September to get some hot weather.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to get about
right
3 days off. But I tell you what, I am hot for. I am hot for seeing some fine-looking miniatures painted by the good people who've submitted to the Tale of Many Warhipsters, and that is what we call a smooth transition, gentlemen.
You have a real talent for this presenting gig, honestly. It's very, very good. No, I'm very, very excited. I, of course, have seen everything, but you two have not seen everything. We have a bumper crop again. Like, everyone has done some seriously outstanding work. And yeah, I'm very excited to show you. I'm very excited to show you, all of you at home as well, what everybody has done, because it's all really great stuff. So I reckon we should just get on with it. What do you reckon?
Yeah. Should dive in.
All right,
let's go.
Let's do it then. Let's do the countdown. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Tale of Many Warhipsters, Chapter 3. So here we are then. Tale of Many Warhipsters, Chapter 3. And as of usual, and of course, we kick off with Reza Prime with his 95th rifles. But you've done some other stuff. But please, do walk us through what you've done, because you have got... Ta-da! A Bane Blade.
Yes, a Bane Blade. Yeah, so here is the Bane Blade. I've been moaning about how much I've been enjoying painting it, because it's such a big boy, it does take a while. But I'm quite happy with how it's turned out. Josh, in his wisdom for painting, taught me a different method to painting a tank called stippling, which weirdly was not with contrast. So Josh, you're a naughty boy, but it's come out quite well. So yeah,
I am capable. Yeah. You know this. I can.
You can do other things. Yeah.
No. I jest, but no, I'm really happy it'll come out. I like the camo effect on the main base of it. Reminds me of like you remember Call of Duty 4? You had the digital camo on the gun.
yeah, I remember that.
I've got that, and then I've got the red tiger camo on the base and the.
I was about to say, is that digital and red tiger, because you couldn't just.
Yeah. I've got enough headshots with this tank, so I gave him the red tiger.
Put some stickers on it. Put some stickers on the sides.
Yeah, a little you can get the chain you can get off the trigger.
The token, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I mean, you're just standing there doing that. I don't know what's going on. No, honestly, it looks amazing, mate. It looks really, really good. I love that camo effect. It's fab, actually. It looks really, really, really nice. Especially on such a big model as well.
Yeah, it kind of happened by accident. So with the rest of the armored company of the 95th Rifles, I'm going to do them in that way, because it'd be quite cool to have all the red coats, the green jackets for the elite troops, and then these camo tanks just kind of the artillery platforms at the back or driving alongside, just blasting everything. It'd be quite cool.
Yeah, no, it looks really, really good, mate. Really good. I love it. I also, a weird minor point, but I'm a big fan of the blue lights, mainly because they're the exact same as I do my Depth Destroyers tanks, in the same way, with that blue light finish. And I think they've got the same. Actually, weirdly, I think the Baneblade has the same what do you call it, like Gothic church light covers that all the Sororitas tanks have, which is quite coal.
Yeah, at the back of the Baneblade, they have like a Gothic church shrine engine door.
Oh yeah,
it's quite weird.
Do you know what? I've seen a Baneblade in person before, but I've never looked at the back of it, because that'd be interesting to see. Because again, the Sororitas tanks have the same. They have a thing in the door with a couple of statues in it. It's pretty cool. Yeah. No, it looks awesome, man. It looks really, really good.
Yeah, I can 100% echo it, of course, as you know. Yeah, it's just I really love this method for painting these types of things. For guard vehicles, it absolutely works. This is how I did my Baneblade all those years ago. The Baneblade Thunderchild. So the iron grey thunder the thunder grey ironclad known as the Thunderchild. It was and it just looks so effective on the guard tanks. It really does.
And it's so much quicker to do.
And I was about to say, yeah, you could, if you wanted to, Rich, you could get a squadron of Baneblades done with that.
Maybe one day.
I'll
need a
3.
shadow sword,
3
to 5 Baneblades, an entire super heavy detachment of Baneblades.
Well, if I did it, I'd get the Beyblade, maybe a shadow sword. And what's the one that can carry things? Because that could be my Lord Wellington's personal transport.
The Stormlord.
I don't know what that. Stormlord, yeah.
I have
quite an investment, though.
I have an amusing story about a Stormlord, where I played a couple of friends of mine at Warhammer World, Ryan and Tom Dynon, if they're watching. Hello. And I had a Nemesis Dread Knight that decided to charge a Stormlord, because inside the Stormlord there was just one model was hiding in there, a Commissar. He was the warlord of the entire Imperial Guard faction. The Nemesis Dread Knight charged it, killed the Stormlord, and then he had 1 dice to roll to see if the guy died. Yep, rolled a 1. So the one passenger that was inside the transport died in the thing. Tank didn't explode, but he rolled a 1. It was one of the funniest rolls we've ever had. It's just one of those. I think they call them only in battlefield moments. But of course it was 40k. But no, you've done an absolutely cracking job on them, Rez. And of course, you didn't just stop there, did you? You did a few more things.
No, I got the painting bug last month.
Yeah, you've been really productive. Oh wow, Green Sisters.
So Green. My Christmas sisters, as my brother liked to dub them. As I came up with like a really cool sisterhood name. I called them the what was it, the Order of the Jade Seal, and then my brother was like, they just look like Christmas sisters, and I was like, okay, that's just ruined it then. So there's the Christmas sisters, and then also my Morven Val, to add to the ever expanding collection of Josh's tutorial academy students. I don't know.
No, they look really cool, man. I mean, Morven I love because she's an absolute boss, literally and figuratively. And yeah, I'm a big fan of the Christmas sisters. I think they look really cool. No presents for you. You've been very
aim of a machine.
Yeah.
You could really lean into it and call them like the Order of the First Yule.
Yeah. Sanguinalia. They're Sanguinalia sisters, aren't they? Sanguinalia? I don't know, whatever it is.
However,
Imperial
it's
Christmas.
Right.
I think Morven might be. So as we've been going along, and we're in chapter 3 now. It is chapter 3, isn't it? Yes, chapter 3. As we've been going along, I see every image. The most popular faction so far is Death Guard, but the most popular model is Morven Val. This is the third time in a row that she's appeared.
She's such an awesome. I mean, she's just a really cool model. She just looks very good, and there's a ton of detail on her. But there's a sort of opportunity to pick out all the metallics as well. So she's just a really good model. I think what's nice about her as well, similar to Gilliman in a way, but Gilliman has, I guess, a lot more of the you have to have the blue and then all the filigree over the top. What's quite nice about Morven Val is because she is mostly, kind of 3 or 4 colours, right? Like she's the black, the gold, the white that you get on the statues and on the face mask, and then kind of a bit of other metallics on I suppose there's the red as well. So maybe 5 colours really. And, if you just want to go basic with it. And she's of a scale where she's not like Magnus or Morty or an Imperial Knight or a Great Demon or Be'lakor, where they're just huge. So she's like a good size model to do a little bit more on and make her really stand out as a centerpiece above like a regular sister or a Space Marine or whatever, but not of that super intimidating giant model scale where you end up doing having to spend. Well, I mean, you can spend as much time as you want, but it can be quite intimidating when you first approach them because they're huge. They're big lads.
Yeah. No, 100%.
The colours are in that blocks. They're not like Gulliman's where the blue's over the gold. You've got to be really careful.
Exactly.
You can kind of get away with some of it. It makes it just easier. I don't know why I'm showing, but yeah, it just makes it easier to paint.
Yeah, no,
Adam got me Morven Val, so I'm just really happy with it.
Oh yeah, that was your birthday present, wasn't it?
Yeah, my birthday present.
I've built 1 out of 12 of your birthday presents. He's here. We'll do a little. There we go. I'll hold him up to the camera. You can see the outline shadow of a model.
I can't see because I'm watching the. But
No, that's fair.
I'll pretend like, oh, that's pretty good.
The
Yeah.
folks at home can see the shadowy form of Castellan Crow. So, yes. But that wasn't it, was it, Rez?
No.
Because you
So,
painted some
wait,
more
there's
stuff,
more.
didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
You got 3 slides. Here we go.
So yeah.
Oh wow, they're cool.
2 dread knights. Yeah. So I at this point I hate silver because I've painted 2 dread knights and I've actually painted 15 strike squads or strike team. I don't know what you call them because it's weird to say 15 strike squads. So 3 squads of strike squad. So I painted those as well. But yeah, here so my LGT army is going to be the Grey Knights because their codex is really cool and quite fun to play. And I've got a lot to paint, so they're the 2 dread knights I've done. I'm quite really happy that it came out. I followed Josh's is it Hallowed Knights tutorial?
Yep.
And then because it was on a bigger army, I kind of did some more dry brushing on it to kind of make it look a bit more, shiny. And then just filled in. You know what? The paint Grey Knights is really just not that difficult, and it's just quite fun to do. So I need to figure out what to do with the swords. So I kind of want to make them a bit more poppy and have more lightning effects to it. But that's what they kind of are at the moment. And yeah, overall, I'm just sick of the color silver. So yeah.
No, you don't.
They look really awesome, man. I love it. Yeah, they're really nice.
I'm really happy with the bases.
Yeah, the basing scheme
Yeah,
is
the
really
base is
cool.
cool. Yeah, you can find that on.
You can find that here on YouTube if you head to youtube.com/Warhipster and check out how to paint Arcane Wasteland bases. It is that one that you've done, isn't it? It is Arcane Wasteland.
Yeah, it is. And I've just on these bases, I've scaled it up a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when they'll probably be in the next month, but when my 1,000 Suns are ready to oppose your Imperial Psycho wannabes, you've got here, then they will be on the same basis. So they can be fighting over the same crappy planet with not much on it. This is our magic ball of rock. No,
This is my Harry Potter world.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, thank you for all of that, Richard.
No.
We're now going to move on to our next participant, which I'm sure you are all aware is ADR Wargaming.
Hello there.
Who paints every miniature ever. I keep putting that on his slides. Talk us through what you've got, and you've got 3 slides as well.
I mean, I'm sure that I've managed to get 3 slides in, but I have been terribly unproductive compared to what I normally would. I think this month, just because I've been very busy. But I've done some Celestian Sacrosancts. Sort of added some more of those to the army, to the sisters, who are the girls on the left-hand side of the screen, as I'm looking at it, and with the shields and the spears, or halberds, I should say, and they are just absolutely brilliant. They're a really cool unit to play around with, and you can give them maces as well, and these are all magnetized, so those arms do pop off, which it turns out is a really stupid thing to do because they have a tendency to like catch on things and fall off mid-game, and then you have to sort of reattach them. But yeah, no, they're a really fun unit. Again, like all sisters, lots of detail on the models, lots you can kind of play around with. I mean, they've all got these behind those shields, and you can see it on the models there. They're all carrying, the lead one can carry like a plasma pistol or a flamer or a melter pistol, but she's got a bolt pistol here, and all the rest of them have bolt pistols as well. So not only can they sort of bonk you with their halberds, they can sort of gat you with their shields, which is quite fun. And then on the right hand side I've got some Crusaders. These are in the lovely format of Finecast, which, if people don't know what that is, that's GW's resin, for old lead sculptures, as they were, or old lead sculpts I should say, that now get cast in resin, and it's bendy and it's horrible, and the sword snapped off the guy on the far side about 3 times, and I glued it back on. But these guys are like a handy little addition, and this is all very much along the lines of like a tournament army. So Crusaders are like 22 points for the unit. They're a 4-up invuln save with those shields, and you basically use them as little action monkeys, and they go around and do things for your army and get you secondaries and don't die, preferably. And yeah, they're actually, I've got to admit, for like a little resin fine cast model. They're a cool little model actually to paint because again, there's a lot of silver armor and they have that kind of knightly look about them, which I quite like.
They're really cool.
Sisters, yeah.
I really like these. You've done a cracking job on the eyes on the Sister Superior on the Sacrosanct.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I decided to go. Most of my sisters are helmeted. There are quite a few that don't have helmets. But with the Sacrosancts, I sort of thought their helmets have this like little crest thing on the top, like sort of there, which looks a little bit odd. And I thought it'd be quite cool to have the like toughest, most badass of the sisters basically go into battle and go, we don't need helmets, we've got shields. Plus, like it's that whole knightly thing. Like they've got the hoods on, so yeah, they've all got faces. And thank you very, it's very kind of you to say because eyes are not easy to do.
No, they're not.
Especially
why I pointed it out.
On sisters.
Yeah, that's exactly why I pointed it out because you've done a really cracking job on them. And I also like that Izzy is on the Crusader.
Oh yeah.
I got confused there for a minute.
I just noticed the little dog hair.
Yeah, there's like a dog hair that's cool because I think he must have like brushed past them when I was sort of picking them up to take photos. There's also the Silent King hovering ominously in the background of both photos alongside a ukulele, so tells you where this was taken.
And an award for something.
Yes, yeah. That's my combat patrol first place prize in the back there.
Awesome.
That was not deliberately placed, to be clear. But yeah, it's kept on my shelf of things. That shelf normally just holds big models, and I say that the only thing it's got on it at the moment is the Silent King and Mortarion. But I will soon be adding to that because my other half is going to paint a Keeper of Secrets, so we're going to be adding that on there as well.
Can I have it?
Can you have the Keeper of Secrets? You certainly can use it, yeah, because you're going to do your demon army.
Yeah. I need 3 of them. Right,
yeah, you
can
use that one.
You've got
absolutely.
You've got 2 more slides. I need 2 Keepers of Secrets and 1 Shalaxi Hellbane because I'm an absolute nutcase. So yeah, we're going to move on to your next slide. So here we go. More.
Yes, yeah. So again, this was sort of additions for the sisters, but also for my other Imperial armies. Obviously, the Culexus Assassin. I just think he's quite cool. He's got a cool little model. Does some fun things with Psychers, so I'll bring him against your. No, I won't bring him against your Grey Knights. I'll bring him 1,000 times, and that would be weird.
No one has psychic
he'd screw me up as well. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, he's part of my little assassination force, and they obviously have the red rims on the bases as well. And he was quite a fun little model to paint. And on the other side, you've got my Penitent engines, which I love. I love Penitent engines. I love Mortifiers for the sisters because they're just so mental. There's these sort of crazy gothic, pain engines that go running forward, and these guys have the buzz blades and the double flamers, so they just flame everything and then chop stuff. Unfortunately, unless you really spam them in game, they're not brilliant, but I like them. I think they're cool, so yeah. I will continue to run them. Maybe not. I probably won't take them to LGT, to be honest, because I need to sort of optimize my list. But yeah, they will appear in sort of lists that I play because I just think they're fun models and they're kind of cool. And again, loads and loads of detail on these, as with all the sister sculpts, which is quite cool. And the Silent King again is sort of in the background. They're just sort of urging them forward. Go on, guys, your sort of machine.
You sent me when you sent me your pictures. You sent me 2 of the Culexus Assassin. I chose that one. I wanted to ask a question though, because I haven't seen a Culexus Assassin in a long time. Is your one missing an arm?
No, he isn't. It's just it's the weird pose he's in. He's got one arm which is like behind him like this. Yeah. So when he's photographed from that angle, he just looks like he is armless. He's just like that's a lob a grenade with one hand.
Because both of them, you sent it to me, both the pictures that you had, and it didn't look like he had an arm. And I was like, does Adam know?
He does. You can sort of see his hand like sticking out like a little bit underneath his like little walkie-talkie box he's got on his chest harness. But yeah, no, he I can assure you he is fully armed and dangerous.
Excellent. And you've got one more slide.
Yes.
So here you go.
Oh yeah, these are my Death
Beefy
Shroud.
boys.
More Death Shroud, yeah. So a little break from the sisters because obviously they're quite delicate, and some chunky lads. I love Death Shroud. I love Death Guard generally, and I decided to add some more. I had a box of these, and I thought, well, I'll build them and add them to the army because they're very good. Sorry.
I really like those. They look incredible. I really like those.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, my Death Guard are very much a sort of like standard Death Guard, like sort of grimy, grim, the horribleness. But what I tend to do with these actually is I prime them in Death Guard green. And this is like people are going to be like, "Why are you doing it this way?" Because it's the stupidest way to do it. But I prime them in Death Guard green, and then all of the tentacles, the teeth, the like tongue that's coming out there, the like bone spikes and tubes, I guess, on the back, and the gas that's coming out of them. That I go over all of that with grey seer, and I do contrast over it. So all of that is contrast. The faces, or the face on the sort of sergeant there, is contrast as well. And then yeah, just play around with putting contrast over stuff, and then lots of agrax and lots of bit of the what's the one I'm looking for? Some of the like skeleton horde and wildwood as well, just like to grime it up, like just mix them up with contrast medium, and then just splatter that on there. And then on the all of the like, I don't know how well you can see it, but like if you look at the shin pad on the sergeant in the middle, you can just see on the below the sort of the metal, there's like a bullet hole with some kind of pink goo coming out of it. That's actually just Volupus pink, because Volupus pink makes really, really, really good, like almost dried blood or like dried goop coming out of injuries and stuff. So I've used that on all of them, and that's also the splatter on the sides that they're carrying, the Man Reapers. So yeah, no, really a really cool unit. I really like using them, and yeah, I think they do look quite cool when they all come out. You know, a bit of dry brushing as well, just to bring out the highlights. The only thing I do a little bit differently is I give them, all of my Death Guard have either their shoulder pads, and you can't really see it on these guys, but actually the face, the helmets as well on the elite guys are done in Rakkar flesh. With then agrax over the top of it to reflect the original Death Guard scheme, which obviously was like a creamy armor, and then the green shoulder pads.
No, I like it.
Oh, that's cool.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
It's a very efficient scheme.
Yes, yeah. It does the job, and it makes him look. I'm quite proud. I must admit, I'm quite proud of the sergeant, because his face, again, you can sort of see it here, but his face, like, he looks ill. Like, he looks pretty sweaty, and it's not gone well for him. And I have actually, again, you can't really see it just because of the angle, but I did actually do the eyes on that one, and he's got a bit of blood coming out of them as well. So he's not a well guy, but in Nurgle terms, that means he's doing all right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, it's a cracking job. So, shall we move on?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so next up we have we have A to the 40k homeboy.
Love it.
That's cool.
With his Sisters of Silence. Now he has two slides. It's the same Sisters of Silence, but he's done some really good jobs. So I'm gonna read out his email in full, because he starts it like with some serious big energy, and I really like it. He starts it with, "Easy now, rude boy. Well, this was a race to the finish line. August has been one crazy month to try and fit a squad of just 5 Sisters of Silence. I really need to learn how to paint faster." So here we have it. A squad of 5 Null Maidens armed with the finest executioner great blades the Imperium has to offer. God, I love these sculpts. They're so deceptively intricate, and with my brush control that means many cleanup steps were needed. For the scheme, I decided to go with the old faithful GW system and followed some Warhammer community tutorials by our Lord and Saviour Duncan Rhodes, praise be upon him. I added that bit. It was weird getting back into the routine of edge highlighting, or in my case, trying to. Basically everything. However, I am super pleased with how they turned out, and for better or worse, it was good to exercise some skills I've been neglecting, as I've been lured away by volumetric highlighting. I focused quite a bit on creating texture on the cloak, so I'm hoping it shows up in the pictures, as that was a labour of love. They currently have half-naked bases, as I will be doing them at the same time as my Custodes, and I'm not yet settled on how they will look. Something for Chapter 4, I feel.
I think they look great. I mean, the cloaks point is bang on. The fur on the cloaks looks really, really good. So
It's real.
Fantastic work, buddy.
And on the flat colour of the outside, the texture does come across.
Yeah.
I think for the photos, if you really want the texture to stand out, if you turn the exposure down manually. I think that will make it pop. When using, basically when taking photographs of miniatures with your phone, sometimes it has a tendency to wash out highlights. It just does because they're phone cameras. So if you just, that's a little Warhipster top tip. Whatever you do though, don't boost the contrast because that doesn't help it. That doesn't help highlights.
There's only one kind of contrast you should be boosting, and it's not on your camera.
And that is the sales of the paint for Matt. But no, I'm joking. But yeah, no, I really, when Alex sent these through, I was looking at the cloaks and I was like, oh man, and the fur. Man. Oh, this
kind of
is
want
so
to touch it. What I really like is, you know, on the big great blades, they've got the I don't know what it is, like the black bits on the bottom of the blade. You know, like to hold the blade together. I don't know what you call it, but I really like the touch on that.
I like that the blade looks almost like it looks worn.
Yeah,
like they look old in a kind of what's the right way to say it? Like they look like relic, you know, like relic weapons almost. Like they've been passed down through the sisterhoods, which is good because that fits the lore of the, you know, for people who've read Watchers of the Throne, that series with Valerian and Alea. And if our friend Quipster is watching this, he'll probably be like, oh yes, because, you know, that's like one of his favorite books, and rightly so, because it's really good.
It's a very good book.
that does go into kind of a little bit of the history of the Silent Sisterhood and them getting re-established in the more recent history of the Imperium. And this is it's just great. It brings out what they are. I mean, in the hair as well, actually, talking about texture. Just looking at the hair as well. Looks really, really, really good. Really good.
Yeah, for sure. No, big fan. And again, so I'll show you the next slide because there's another angle of them. What I really like is the you've got quite a burnished finish on the metallics of the armor, and that's a good thing. You know, I think it looks just like it should. If you see what I mean.
yeah, no, definitely. And the aquamarine gems as well really pop. They're really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Really, really, really good work, Alex. Thank you so much for now. I hope we were easy enough for you too, rude boy.
I really hope. I was really hoping it's not like a brat rude boy. It's like he's just really into Scar.
Or I said something rude to him, and you know.
Oh.
I don't know. He'll have
you are actually a rude boy.
Yeah, you have to let us know on the Friday show.
Yeah, let us know. Yeah, let us know, Alex, and wear a pork pie hat and like some two-tone clothes, so we know it's about Scott.
For sure. Right, shall we move on?
Yeah. Let's have a look. See what the rest of the glorious people have to offer.
Awesome. Right. So next up we have Dan. Mr. D. Brunt Daniel Brunt, with his Soulblight Gravelords. He has painted a White King, and he does say a busy month for me, so was fairly light hobby-wise. Managed to finish a White King though. I've also included a picture of everything I've done, which is on the next slide. Next month I'm going to aim to finish a Vampire Lord or Blood Knights, depending on my time. But yeah, there you go. That's a White King, and I've been a fan of the White King model for a long time. And I think he's absolutely brought it to justice.
Terrifying.
Done it real justice, and brought it to life, which sounds weird because he's dead.
That's what I mean. Like it's
pretty good for a dead bitch.
I've always really liked the model, and the reason why I really like the model is it looks like it doesn't know that it died. Well, it's just found out that it died. Do you know what I mean?
It looks quite like his face looks like happy almost.
Well, so I was going to say, I don't want to, because this almost sounds disparaging, which it is not, because the paint job is absolutely fantastic. I mean, just to positive comment straight away, the chainmail and the cloak around the whatever it is, the sort of skirt thing he's wearing around over his legs. I like the Death Guard have a lot of that, where there's like chainmail with bits missing and the cloak underneath, and to get that clean with like the cloak very clearly so it looks like it's continuous is actually really annoyingly difficult, and it's done an amazing job on this model. But what I was going to say about the sculpt, I really like this, mainly because I think it kind of looks quite comedic to me. Like, on the one hand, he looks like he could be like screaming and terrifying and evil, and on the other, he looks like he stepped on a bit of Lego.
I like to think he's like laughing like maniacally, like I'm going to kill
Yeah,
you.
like a kind of Skeletor, like
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, what's that? What is the fluff behind the White King, Josh?
They're basically Nagash. What he does is he just like elevates certain souls to be in control of parts of his legion, but ultimately all is Nagash and Nagash is all. So whilst they think it's almost a cruel joke because Nagash will give them some more of their personality back, but they are still part of him and he still controls them and their actions. So like they think that they have it's quite horrifying really for the legions of Shyish, but like they think that they have wants, needs, desires, and that they come up with these ideas, but actually they probably don't. It's just a cruel trick and joke by Nagash to make them think that they did, but they're just carrying out his bidding. So White Kings, they do lead death rattle skeletons, or in this case the Soul Blight. They are a part of that. They have a certain amount of sentience, but ultimately nobody in Nagash's legions really do. So yeah.
One thing I really like about this model as well, the way it's been done, is the black gem in the crown. Like I know it's only a small thing, but like the fact it's like an obsidian gem, it gives it that kind of dark, like kind of evil power about it. I don't know. I really like that. It's like a small touch, but I think it looks really cool.
No, for sure. And I'll show you the picture now of the full.
Oh, of everything. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Everything.
Yeah, it looks really effective. Looks really effective when it's together. Like they all look good individually, but as a complete force, it's fab. I love it.
There's nothing better than having a whole collection together. I need to do that more. Get my whole army out and take a picture of them because it's just so good to get it all. Because you very rarely get them all on the table unless you're. And if you're playing a game, you don't really like take it in. And I like the way he's done it with the notepad. That's really clever.
It's actually a really good point. Yeah, it's because I'm always like, what do I use as a background? Yeah, notepad, fantastic.
Yeah, no, I wholeheartedly agree. It's one of those things as well. Like I've painted armies in the past where I've been really unsure having started them. My Sylvaneth are a great example of this. I painted 12 dryads because that's what comes in a 16 dryads or whatever comes in. But I think it's 12. Annoyingly, it's one of the most annoying boxes in the world. I painted them and I didn't think it worked until I added another character and then another unit that wasn't dryads, and I went, oh yeah, no, it definitely works.
There's something to be said for that. Like when you do a scheme and you're just like, oh, I'm not sure about this. Oh, my camera's turned around. Sorry about that, guys. But like when you do a scheme and then it just doesn't, you're not sure, and then take a look at it, do a couple of them, put them down, step away, and come back and see what they look like. Because often you go, oh, actually, yeah, that really looks good when they're all together. Yeah. I mean, not that I think Dan really needs to worry here because these just look. I mean, they all look fab.
No, it looks amazing. It looks great, and it's one of those things as well that now, again, this is why I love these types of things where you get the family photo at this stage, because you can go, all right, I can see that looking even better when it's triple the size.
I knew you were going to say that.
Do you know what I mean?
See them 50 skeletons. Oh yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I really love it. Right, moving on. We have the other incredibly productive painter who is part of the Tale of Many Warhouses. We have Andrew Easter coming up next, and oh boy, there's a lot. So here we go.
You painted a whole. Oh wow.
He has got 1, 2, 3 slides. I managed to get it onto 3 slides.
Nice.
So Flashman Andy, here we go. So the first thing he's got is Neophyte Hybrids. I wrote Neophyte Hybrids, but there's more there, as you can see. There's a Magos and there's things like that. So I'll read out what he said. He said, this month I have dabbled in many things as I kept bouncing back and forth between game systems. To kick off the month, I wanted to get the largest item I have ever tried to contrast out of my to-do pile and into my done pile. This was my centerpiece model, my Fortress of Redemption, which I'll show you very shortly. I never realised how many details there were on it until I held it in my hand. Wings aplenty that are normally just dry brush silver, so I decided I attack it with contrast, and I am more than happy with the results. Next up was a change of game systems. I have never been into AOS before, so I decided to give myself a challenge and play with the Cruel Boys. I started with the Slitters to find my groove, and then expanded to finish most of the Dominion box before buying a second set of models to finish next month. Double the minis equals double the fun. I decided to use a swamp theme for the bases, but then I went a little overboard in vegetation and found myself adding in some flowers. These Cruel Boys are part-time florists at the weekend. I gave myself a mini break by spending a couple of evenings painting my first box of Azurite ruins, town square, and more to follow. Having stared at orc flesh until my eyes bled, I decided it was time to crack on with some Genestealer cults. I have almost finished my army and will probably get it all tied up by October. This month saw me attack my Brood Brothers units in an effort to create an industrial militia feel. Every model has a head swap that needed to be cut to fit, as GW dislikes the idea of compatible heads. I then painted 34 Cadians in a heavily dry-brushed apothecary white with a hint of Agaros dunes and wildwood to create a dirty feel. I added in a Locus and another Primus, as these models are small and quite relaxing to paint in a couple of hours. Heavy weapons teams will be next month, along with some vehicle love. Finally, I turned my attention to the army I was meant to be painting and stepped up to the challenge of painting my Order of the Bloody Rose. I spent 3 days painting, trialling, umming and ahhing before I finally finished them off. As I was on a roll, I then tackled the Imagifier and a Canoness who may or may not have made it into the photos as her base was drying. Next month, I will aim to finish 20 Battle Sisters to flesh out the battalion and look to begin work on the specialist units or just finish the characters. I have a Battle Sanctum to paint, but waiting for this annoying guy called the Warhipster to finish his so I can get some ideas on how to do the statue. Thanks for inspiration and then ideas. Big love to the Warhipster and all the Motley crew.
We would all be way more productive if Josh had finished his tutorials quicker.
Yeah.
If I would just pull my finger out, right?
Yeah, that's my excuse. No, these look great. I love them. I love it. I love all the Genestealer heads as well. Like you said, he's done the head swaps, and it looks really good. I particularly enjoy the one that I'm going to name Zoidberg at the front, who I assume is like the sergeant or whatever, who's got the power sword and the pistol. Who's next to the Magos, because he's got I love that Genestealer squid face. That's probably that's my favourite from my Genestealers, and because it's the pink as well, he's like which I really enjoy. He sounded a lot like a turkey then, but anyway. Yeah, no, I really love these. They're really, really cool. And
I like that they're kind of like popped in all throughout the ranks. Like at the back, you've got them, so they're all just kind of like, and they're all just like just there. No one batting eyelid that there's a squid just randomly with some guy who looks like a normal bloke.
You're right, Jeff. You're looking a bit ill. He's like, yeah, just ignore Jeff.
Speaking of Genestealer cults, have you guys watched episode 2 of Angels of Death on Warhammer Plus?
Yes. I have watched it, and yes, they are there.
For all those watching The Tale of Many Warhipsters, subscribe to Warhammer Plus because it's great.
It's the Angels of Death actually is really, really good. I'm enjoying it. Yeah. And I like the short format sort of teaser thing they're doing, which is quite good. So yeah, no, I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah, good stuff. I'll show you the rest of Andy's stuff because, as I say, he's done a lot. So next up we have there is all the Cruel Boys.
See what he said about the florist.
Yes.
Would you like some flowers?
The cruelest of boys. He's got Man-Skewer Bolt Boys, which to this day still happens to be my favourite name for a unit in Warhammer ever. He's done the Gut Rippers. He's done the Merc Knob with Belcher Banner, the Killer Boss with Stabgrot, and the Hobgrot Slitters as well. Which he has done that in about half the time it took me to do all of that.
Yeah.
And you're quick paid.
My other half has built most of the Dominion box. She ain't painted this. I'm gonna have to have a word. Tell her to hurry up because
in 2 weeks, this week and next week, by the end of Sunday next week, and I know that makes no sense because this video isn't going out tonight, which is a Monday. But over the first 2 weeks of September, all of the Dominion videos will be out, so she'll be able to follow along with the entire set. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's what that's the excuse
Just
she's
saying.
using, right? There's no tutorials, but you'll rectify that. Now these are really cool. I really like them. And actually, do you know what? The flowery base thing, I like it.
I really
Yeah,
like
it's
it
really
too.
nice.
It's different. It's different. You know, it like what I mean. What the thing is as well, right? Is I actually quite like the idea of sometimes, you know, because we all tend to do, I think, universally, we all tend to do like kind of slightly, you know, grim, dark, for the want of a better word, bases, right? Like we all tend to be like smashed up city, whether in AOS or 40k, swampy thing, deserty place, magical planet,
Or
you know,
snow, just lots of
yeah,
snow.
or like snow and rock, right? But actually, you know, what about fighting on a beach? Battles also happen on nice sunny days in beautiful fields, you know, filled with flower meadows. There's no reason why, you know, Waterloo took place in what was basically a flower meadow in
Megaloo.
parts. Yeah, so exactly.
I know this
Why
is
not?
I know this is very tangential, but have either of you played Ghost of Tsushima?
Yeah. Well,
I've not, but I've
watched my
seen
brother play
videos
it.
of it. Yeah.
So a lot of those, a lot of like the
Okay.
duel things happen in like those very, very, and I don't know the name of the flower, but you know those very.
Is it cherry blossom with the cherry blossom?
Oh, and you know the
Falling.
white Japanese flower that grows in huge beds.
Um,
Do you know the one I'm talking about?
I, yeah.
Basically, if I was to say to you, go and watch a samurai film, and there would be a thing where two samurai stand opposite each other and they fight in a field that is just flowers. Basically, that is what I want to do for like a Tau army. It is just long stem white flowers, and it will look very, 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 very Japanese. You would absolutely immediately identify it.
oh, the chrysanthemum.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the symbol of the imperial family. Sorry, context. I lived in Tokyo for a little bit, so I should know that. But yes, chrysanthemum.
And
Fair
as soon
enough.
as as soon as you know white chrysanthemums, you are immediately conjuring. It's all in the scene is always like this. There is a single tree like that, isn't there? And then it's a glade of these white chrysanthemums, and then the two warriors stand opposite each other, and then they run
Yeah.
at each other, and one of them gets cut in half.
It's just like
Yeah, that is literally pretty much.
that is a gorgeous game. Like it's such a
Absolutely.
it's a good game and also a gorgeous game.
But we are back onto the tale of many Warhipsters. Sorry,
Yeah.
tangent aside. The flowers are really nice. We really like the flowers.
Yeah, I like the bases. I think they're cool.
and they do look like the cruelest of boys, as I've said there on the slide. And of course, Andy has his centerpiece model, and I thought I was the one who painted the big stuff with contrast, but check this out.
Ooh,
Oh wow!
Yeah.
oh, that's cool.
Fortresses
And
and
say an Amalia Navina.
and Amalia Navina, yeah. I know he said he'd painted a bunch of Bloody Rose Sisters. I've seen them because Andy is a Patreon and he's in the Discord. However, I think he sent me an email part 1, and he sent me an email part 3. I couldn't find email part 2, but email part 3 did have Sister Amalia Novena, so there is evidence of the Bloody Rose that he said, and he's done a really nice job on all of the Bloody Rose stuff that I've seen. So well, I'm looking forward to seeing more of it next month, of course. But the Fortress of Redemption, he's done such a cracking job on it, honestly.
Yeah, it looks really, really good.
Amazing.
And again,
Really good.
It's just like again, if you see it, if you go into the Discord, Patreon Patreon subscribers, you'll see like the photos that he did, and if you go and find Flashman Andy on Instagram as well, the photos that he took of the tower, he's got such a good clean finish on the robes of the statue.
Yeah, I
with
was gonna say you can sort of
contrast.
see the green there. It looks
Yeah.
really good.
And that thing, it looks small there, it's massive.
Oh, it's huge. Yeah, I was gonna say the Fortress Redemption's like it's like the tower's like that big on its own before you even deal with the like that base bit there that the gun's on. I really like the fact that he's picked out the wings, because when you see these most of the time, I suppose it goes for all terrain, and it's not a bad thing at all because they still look really good. But people just tend to do them in like gunmetal, and then maybe you pick out like the statues, maybe a couple of the scrolls, maybe some of the skulls. But like those Imperial Eagle wings that are on the turret tower, are not normally like picked out to be different, but it's really cool that Andy's done those as well. Like they look awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. There we go.
100%.
Tell you what, if we have a Tell 'em Any Warhipsters game day, then Andy can bring this down and stick it in the middle of the table, and we can have that as some terrain.
I need to ask him to paint terrain for me because I never seem to ever have the time.
Yeah.
And he paints a lot of terrain. There's a picture I've actually there's another picture that I forgot to put on, so I'll just add it in now manually, and you can see it. This is one of those things where it actually
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
So those are Azurite ruins.
Yeah.
And
yes. Yeah.
and when that picture came through, I've done Azurite ruins. I've done a video on how to do Azurite ruins. I saw his picture of Azurite ruins, and I went, "How the hell has he got my Azurite ruins?" And this always happens. The same thing happened when you both sent me your Morven Vales for the first time. I was like, "I'm looking at my own one. How have they got this?" And you know, because you guys do such great jobs with it, and these Azurite ruins look absolutely fantastic, mate. Honestly.
Yeah, they do. They look awesome. They look really, really good.
Yeah. There's just man,
Picture having those little miniatures in there fighting. That'd be so cool. Oh yeah.
Definitely.
It just looks so natural. It just looks so natural, like the stone, the stone finish and the different shades of the the columns there as well. It all just like if you didn't know that it was Games Workshop, or Citadel, whatever you want to call it, right? Like a plastic kit that you build and paint yourself. You would look at that and go, oh, that's like, one of those toys that you can buy like pre-painted and pre-made, where everything is consistent, where it's all done in like a factory, because it just all looks really good and it all looks very consistent across the whole model, which is big as well, because contrast, and Josh, obviously you've done the tutorials which tell you how not to do this, but contrast on a flat surface can like streak and it can look a bit weird, but here it's like it's so smooth, brilliant.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah. Do you want to paint some terrain for me? Terrain, man.
I honestly think he could probably make a living out of it, because he just goes, "I'm starting this." Like 4 hours later, done it. It's like, what?
Done it. Yeah. Done.
But yes. Anyway, thank you very much, Andy. So we shall move on now.
Andy.
So here we go. Next up, we
What
have
we got? Ooh,
Built on
Mr. Boob.
otherwise known as Mr. Boob.
Mr. Boob.
As we often refer to him on here. So he's done his Praetorian Trading Company, and he's also done a bunch of other stuff. So again, I will read out what he's done. So he goes, "So here we are again, chapter 3 already. Wow. I appreciate all the love from everyone last month, so hopefully this month can live up to the same hype. Having my appendix out has given me some more time to hobby, so every cloud." And he's done I don't know how to vocalize laughing face emoji, so
Yeah.
One thing not directly related to painting, but to the hobby, is some more lore-based stuff for the Mighty Praetorian Trading Company. I've had the company symbol made. Please find attached with other hobby progress. I think it's somewhere. I couldn't find it, but I will go and hunt for it again. So he's worked on 2 rogue traders, AOS kit bash, and again another laughing face, because
Josh loves them.
everyone knows that I'm a big
Josh's
fan.
favourite thing to do, guys, if you just get an AOS model and go, that has looked really good as X in 40k, and then send him an email with that as the title, he'll really appreciate it.
He's done a Master of the Fleet. He's done a Vindicare Assassin kit bash, which are the 2 rogue traders, I believe. Also, second email, he's done his Gaunt's Ghosts, and he's done a magnetized carry case for transporting the Praetorian Trading Company. So here we are.
I like it.
This is what we've got so far. So there's he's got his 2 his rogue traders, and he's done the kit bash on some of the Cursed City minis. Okay, but what I do really like about this is the Galen and Doralia Vendensed miniatures, and with the big Condemner crossbow bolt gun, as I assume what it's supposed to be, putting the sight on it, and then adding the pistol on the front, and then doing the head swap, and a couple of other changes on that model. That is a great AOS kit bash.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks really good. It's that's a Necromunda head, isn't it? I think
I
that's
think
from
so. Yeah, that's from the Van
oh
Sar gang.
Van Sar. Yeah, I was gonna say Cawdor. It's not them. Yeah, no, that looks really cool. Because I must admit, like, when I saw the Van Dents mods, I was like, oh, I wonder if them would make a good, how would I do that as like an Inquisitor for similar kind of deal, right? With the Condemned Bolt gun. But yeah, no, this is a really good example of how to do it because it looks really good. I also is the guy with the pistol, is that Janus Drake? I want to say, or is that just am I just confusing a completely different model?
No,
I love the
that's the that is oh god, Glorio Ven Alton from the Cursed City set.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I'm thinking of a different.
Josh is gonna hate me, but I want to do something like this now for my god.
I like the little. I also like
cool.
the little detail if he's done the like Imperium tattoo on the back of the guy's head.
For sure.
Yeah.
Which is pretty bloody cool.
I would like to just take a second to clear this up about AOS kit badges. My thing
besmirched.
My thing has been that AOS kit bashes can be really, really, really cool.
Yeah.
What I don't like is when I see Stormcast Eternals with no work done to them whatsoever holding a bolt gun.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough.
Because they ain't Space Marines at that point. That's and as we are all aware, I have a special place in my heart for the one, the man, the myth, the only God of Steel Soul, Lord Celestin of the Steel Souls of the Hallowed Knights. And
you mean Rogold's on?
You mean the Smash Captain?
Yes. What is unfortunately become many lazy kit bash of a Smash Captain. He is one of my favourite characters. He is one of my favourite characters. So it hurts me when I see him painted green and a hammer at a weird angle, and it just and a jump pack sort of half stuck to him. But that's just me. You guys do your hobby how you like. I will support.
You don't have to hedge. You don't have to hedge yourself. These look. Fundamentally, these are a great example. Whatever you think about any sort of kit bash, these are a great example of how to kit bash. They look really good. They fit the theme. There's obviously parts from 3 different systems effectively because you've got cameras decided to have a problem then. You've got AOS. You've got 40k or Necromunda as well. Obviously, Mr. Boob, correct me if I'm wrong on any of that. But they just look awesome, and it comes together. And you know what? What I like about it as well is especially forgive me, Glorio Van Alton. There we go. I don't remember his name.
The third.
It really does fit the third. Sorry, it really does fit the theme. Junior, senior, the third. Anyway. Really does fit the theme of the adventuring rogue trader that goes with the theme of the army, which is awesome.
Yeah, no, definitely. And like I said, you've done really great jobs on these ones, and as I would echo what Adam has said, they absolutely fit with your theme. They're really great. But enough about them, because you've done a really great job on the Gaunt's Ghosts and on the 6 different 2 units of 3 what are they called?
Ogrins and
I really like the pose on the bottom right. They look like the way he's done the poses are just so different. They really stand out, because I know with those kits they're I find it quite difficult to find different poses with my guys. So he's done a really good job on those.
Yeah, 100%.
I love the massive knife.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan.
You call that a knife?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
It's a spoon. I see you played Knifey Spoony before. No, I really like it. They look really cool. They're a really cool set of models.
Absolutely. We'll go on to his next slide, because he's got 3 as well. So there we go. He's got his magnetized box, and so that's
love a good magnet box.
That is the Munitorium ammunition crate that you get for spending money on a store anniversary, I believe. At Games Workshop.
That's quite cool.
I've got one of them. It's really useful. It holds all of my dice, just about.
Yes, yeah, I've seen that box. I must say I'm a big fan of the on the top of the oh god, what are they called? I wanted to say mastodons. They're not mastodons.
Taurox.
What is the vehicle
Taurox.
Or
Taurox, that's
Tarot,
it.
yeah.
Taurox, yeah. The like the patterning on the top to make each one like very individual.
Mm.
They almost look like like jockeys have the different patterning on their shirts so they all stand out. It reminds me
Okay.
it reminds me a little bit of that actually, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah, for sure. No, I'm a big fan of it as well. It's great, and it really gives it that. If you think of the trading company being like a caravan of various
Yeah.
different traders, do you see what I mean? Which is really really cool. And you've got one more slide,
Oh yeah.
which I will
Let's
show
have a
you.
look.
So here it is.
Hey, it's a bone
It's a
blade.
Beyblade.
It is another Baneblade. So the Baneblade now has 2 appearances in 1 month. So if anybody else out there is thinking of painting Baneblades to try and overtake Morven Val's most popular model spot so far, absolutely do so. And of
Shall I
course,
paint a
another Tauros.
Beyblade? I don't need one. Shall I paint? I don't even have the army to go to it. Shall I just paint a Beyblade now, just to get it in?
Yeah.
Is it? I say that.
Oh,
Is this a Beyblade or is this like a shadow
Well,
sword?
it is a
I
shadow
don't
It's
know
sword.
why.
sword.
It is a
Ah,
shadow
He sent me
sword.
some. He's done a lot of work on this. He sent me some progress pictures when I started mine, and he had the base color down. It looked really good then, but I love what he's done now. And with like the lights at the front, you mentioned earlier about the blue lights, Adam.
The blue glow.
He's
Yeah,
got
I was gonna say. I saw that. I mean, I was like, nice.
Nice, yeah. And
Yeah.
then the logo next to the turret as well. Really good.
Yeah,
Really good.
yeah.
It's
The
amazing.
lion
I love
logo.
it.
Maybe
The
that's what
Griffin
he
logo, I
meant
should
by
say.
having the logo attached.
Yeah, it's really good.
I've now
yeah.
just drawn that together because I was looking in the email. I was like, "Where's the logo? I really want to see this." Maybe that's what he meant. But yeah,
Nothing gets past you, Josh.
better late than never, eh? But yeah, that is a shadow sword of the well, I guess it's of the sword variant of the super heavy, but it is from the Beyblade kit. So we've got 2 super heavy guard tanks. But it's really cool. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan.
Just imagine like a little trading company driving along, and it's a freaking shadow sword escorting it.
I'm sure
Right.
people said the same. I'm sure people said the same thing about like the East India Company till they turned up with some cannons. Yeah, they've got a heavy artillery. They run a bunch of shots. Oh yes, they can. No, so I really like it. And again, it goes with the theme really really nicely.
Yeah, love it.
100%.
And more Tauroxes. I think Taurox are a cool vehicle.
They are. They're very very
Might have
cool.
to get some myself.
One of my favorite things about them is just how deceptively well armed they are.
Yeah, because they've got the 2 guns on the side as well, don't they? As well as the turret.
Yeah, which speaks to
Oh yeah.
terrible imperial design. Because if you get out that side door, you're going to get a face full of whatever's on the back there. Because you can have auto cannons and hot shot las volley guns or whatever it is. I think there's one more choice. Oh no, the rocket launcher goes on the top. But yeah, so if you get out the side door of the Taurox whilst it's in the middle of firing, you ain't making it past the side door of the Taurox.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, big fan, really awesome. Right, shall we move on?
Yes, yeah.
Because we've got a big
What's
one up next. We've got a doozy up
Ooh.
next. We have
Next?
Mini Painter Meg
Oh come on now.
Oh,
with a
taking the
finished
biscuit.
croak now.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
just beautiful, isn't it? It's just lovely.
it looks alive.
Well, yeah, which is kind of impressive for a dead frog. No, you know what? Like having seen this and sorry, I sound like I'm almost like annoyed about it, which I'm not because it's just stunning. But having seen we saw the progress pictures of this coming together, and now just seeing the completed thing, it just it's stunning. It's just lovely. Like everything about it is brilliant. Oh,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
sorry, I'm lost for words would be one way of saying it. It's just
It's
all of the colours
it.
pop. Yeah,
Yeah.
everything on it pops, from the feathers through to the plants, through to the red stone and the sort of more greeny blue stone as well. Like the whole thing just really, 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 really pops really nicely.
But you always feel like you could like hold the frog in your hand.
Yeah. And all the detail, you know what? Like what I assume is like a snake on the palanquin on the throne, just down by Croak's sort of knee there, like that red and black scheme. Like there are actual snakes that look like that. That's really really well done.
coral snake, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, like a coral snake or one of the sea snakes. The ones that you get.
Yeah.
Snakes freak me out. Snakes and frogs freak me out. Just to let everyone know.
So don't let you near this incredibly well painted model.
We went to the zoo on the weekend, and I was just not in a happy place when we went to the insect or snake bit. I was just like, guys, why are we in here? And my little nephew's running around going, "Oh, look, snakes!" No, sorry, that's a digression.
I love the gold as well. The gold on it is just really, really nice. Like it's a very naturalistic looking. Like it looks like real gold.
Yeah.
My favourite thing about it is how Croak pulls the whole thing in together.
Yeah.
So I think, and correct me if I'm wrong on this one, Meg, but every colour that is around him on his on his throne and all that kind of stuff, they all feature on him in some way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
And he pulls the whole thing together.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it does. It draws your eye into the center.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Like the headdress as well. I really, really love the headdress. I was, again, when the pictures came through, I was lost in its eyes for a while, because like just the orange feathers on the headdress just look absolutely top draw. And and like. It's a really small detail, but you see his scepter on his left, our right. The highlights on that bull.
Yeah, on the green.
Oh yeah.
And similarly on the blue as well. It's all absolutely brilliant, Meg.
I like the little idol as well, on the little like blue idol that's down under his other knee. There's like a little kind of tiki face down there.
No review is not complete without a sound effect.
Crooksy.
Watch out, you want to take over the jungle of Illustria? See about that, see?
And the final one I want to point out is on the back of the model. If you look at the like sort of blue dial right in the middle towards the bottom with the green glow around it.
You described that a lot more eloquently than I was going to call it. It's the blue butthole. No, it looks really good. It looks lovely, and it gives it what I think, along with the scepter, actually, in terms of it looks like it has a sense of energy about it. Like it looks like it's glowing. It looks like it's powered. It just gives you this impression of this thing that's just like risen out of the jungle, and obviously has taken a good chunk of the jungle with it, by the look of things. So yeah, no, really, really, really great job. Like, this is one of those models where, like, I slowly getting into AOS, but like, I wouldn't want to fight it. Obviously, because it's a very good model, but as I understand it anyway. But like, you wouldn't want to kill it. You don't want to take it off the battlefield. It looks so nice.
Yeah, 100%.
The tactics,
100%. Yeah, paint your army so nice your opponent doesn't want to hurt it. Yeah. No, great job, Meg. Seriously, really well done.
Love it.
She has said, I'm particularly happy with the feathers on his fancy crown and the skin tone I achieved for his mummified frog body. I'm sure he will fight heroically alongside my Bastiladon and the rest of my Stegogeddonad army when I eventually stop being distracted by shiny things and get around to painting them.
So I didn't realise Croak was dead, you know.
Well,
he's not looking healthy there, mate, is he? Let's be fair.
No.
He's not really dead. He's just really, really old.
Oh, okay.
He was around. He was old in the old world.
Yeah, he looked like this in the old world, didn't he? He was like a mummy in the old world as well.
So he survived the old world into Sigma.
Yeah, he came across.
I'm learning so much.
So they beamed him up.
Yeah, so I mean, he's got to be millennia old at this point. So he is he's very, very, very old. Right, let's move on. Because next
turn that TV down.
Yeah, exactly. So next up we have lots and lots of Death Guard.
Hey!
Oh wow, look at this.
The Sal 84, Lucas again. So he has done, and again I'll show you pictures of it all. He's done Typhus. He's done some extra character models. He's done Blightlord Terminators, and he's done a fetid bloat drone.
Love it.
And of course you can find him on Instagram at @thesal84, _Sal84. But yeah, so he's got I think 3 or 4 slides. And yeah, so you've got the front of Typhus and the fetid bloat drone. So yeah, I mean, just again, like, absolutely cracking job on this. What I really like, and again, I was really drawn by this with my eye, was the weathering of the flesh mower. It looks like it hasn't.
It looks
been,
really good.
Yeah, it looks like it hasn't been used very often, but as soon as it cranks into life, it starts mangling stuff in a horrible way.
Yeah. I like the what I assume is lilac oxide as well for the coppery. That's a really good touch on Death Guard as well.
Yeah, and I love the Eye of Sauron. Yeah, the Eye of Sauron.
I was gonna say, yeah.
I see you.
And of course Typhus as well with the white helmet.
Yeah, he looks really good. Looks really nice.
Yeah, it's great work. It's really great work. And we've got the rear view. So there you go.
Oh,
which is even more impressive on the fetid bloat drone.
It's a sweaty boy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Disgustingly brilliant.
Yeah, it just looks so fetid.
It does. It does look like it. I really like the bloat drones. I think they're really cool models, and they're very good as well in game. But I always like the idea. You know, those sort of 3 turbines they've got. They don't make like a sort of more traditional sort of jet engine noise, but they actually just sound like big mosquitoes. So like just makes it even more horrifying that all you just hear is like coming across the battle, and then the mower gets going, and it's just like
just things get stuck in the mower.
Yeah.
oh god! If your face gets stuck in that, you're getting scattered basically. You know, they say when people pass away and they say ashes get scattered. No, you're just getting scattered. You don't get the burning bit first. You're just getting scattered.
You're getting scattered by mower.
Yeah. Fly mode.
Yeah. So he's got another slide. So this is where his Terminators
Yeah,
are.
obviously these Blight Lords. Yeah.
So here we are.
Oh, nice. Excellent. I love them. I love them. There's also a Tallyman and a what's he called?
Plague Caster.
Malignant Plague Caster. The man blowing a fart at you in there as well, which I really like.
Is that the one that makes me?
No. He's not the one that you're deathly afraid of. Pritch, that is a foul blight spawn using the revolting stench vats relic.
No one's allowed to paint those anymore.
So sorry, Leaks, you're not allowed to bring a foul blight spawn because Rich will get annoyed at you because we had a battle where I bought my Death Guard, he bought his Blood Angels, and Rich likes to charge things, and unfortunately the foul blight spawn was mostly where he was charging, so it didn't go so well. But these Blight Lords look fab. Again, they've got the like sweaty skin that he's done, which again makes it sound like I'm being sort of unfair about it, but I'm not. They look fab. The like sweaty skin on it looks really good. Like it does look diseased and awful. And the
armor's got like a green mossy kind of thing on the rust. It's kind of it's really cool.
The weathering's excellent. Again, the weathering is just fantastic. And I'm assuming because that's what I painted. What are they called? Death Shroud. That's a Death Shroud champion in the middle there with the Reaper. So I'm assuming that is being used as like a Chaos Lord, or maybe a Lord of Contagion proxy, which is just fab. I love it.
Yeah. No, I'm a big fan. He's got one more slide as well, so we'll just.
Oh, okay, crack him. Sorry, I'll stop gushing about the Death Guard. Gushing's the right thing to do about Death Guard, isn't it?
I mean, the Death Guard do all the gushing for you, but there you go.
Yeah.
So we got some.
I'd love to know how he makes it look so. Sweaty or like gooey, like alive and slippery.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, let us know, Lucas, because I'd love to know how you've done that. I think it looks really cool. I also like the blue on the insect arms as well on the guy who's got like the fly carapace. That's really that like what I assume is maybe Achillean green or Pterodon turquoise, probably Pterodon turquoise. Looks really good, and it's different because people like myself, I normally do that in black because I'm a traditionalist. I guess when it comes to Death Guard, but I really like it. I also like the use of the white or the pale dirty cloaks as well. Like that's a nice callback to the Death Guard with the blood stains as well. Yeah.
The thing that I find very, very impressive about people who are excellent at weathering is being able to apply the same level of weathering to all of the different details that are on there.
Yes.
Because it's very easy to get good at one form of weathering. Like doing chipping, for example, or like scratches on armor, particularly on Space Marines, right? It's very easy to do. You just kind of put some little black scratches in it and highlight it. It looks really effective. But one of the things that makes weathering so effective is when it is themed properly, when it's placed properly. So, like, you often see things like where people will put loads of put a really big gash in a Space Marine's shin pad or his leg greave or whatever, but he's also got a cloak, and it looks like a blade has raked across the leg, but then just not done anything to
Missed
the
the
cloak.
cloak, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when you do a snow base, but you don't put any snow on any of the things that they're standing on.
Yeah.
So why hasn't that got? Do you know what I mean? And it's just
Yeah.
one of those. It's a really subtle thing, but it
Tying
immediately
the model together.
it ties it together, and it immediately elevates the technique just to up here. It just because like weathering is great regardless of when you do it, but when you're able to get the same level on everything, and that's
Across
why
the whole model, yeah.
Yeah, and that's why those cloaks, being as dirty as they are, really reflects the grime and the Nihilak oxide, the oxidization, and the rusting. It's all to the same
Cracking
level.
job.
Yeah.
Cracking job.
100%.
Really, really well done.
So, next up, as I said, they are very, very, very popular. Next up we have Gwotkin Gaming with more Death Guard. So, Richard Gwotkin, he's said, the models aren't quite done yet, but here's everything I painted up in just 1 week so I could go to a tournament, which I actually managed to win Best Chaos at. A Malignant Plaguecaster, Foul Blight Spawn, Lord of Virulence, 6 Death Shroud Terminators, 10 Blight Lord Terminators, 30 Poxwalkers, and 2 Plague Burst Crawlers in a week.
Yeah.
Man,
I saw this army in action, and Rich and I have been talking about Death Guard lists. So I'm the 10-man Blight Lord block in the middle is a good chunky thing to for your opponent to get their teeth into, or not, as the case may be. This is really good. It's really cool, and seeing it all together and seeing it in person as well was awesome.
Yeah,
painted very well and piloted by someone very good as well.
And look, Rich, your favourite is Foul Blight Spawn. Hey, is your favourite model?
Rich, what are you doing, mate?
Why is the Foul Blight Spawn so bad?
It's
because it's
charging.
Yeah, so it has a 3-inch fight last aura, and you stick a relic on it, which makes it a 6-inch fight last aura, and then you plonk it in the middle of your Blight Lords or sort of near Morty or whatever, and then you go, "Come at me, bro."
Well, that makes sense.
And then you come at Morty and nothing happens because you're Blood Angel and you're kind of charging and you cry.
And if he gets charged, he's got his plague spewer thing, which is really quite good.
Yeah.
His hose of doom.
It sounds a bit mean.
It is a little bit mean.
I got hosed down.
That sounds all kinds of weird, but yes, it did.
No, Rich, honestly, you've done such a tidy job for a week's worth, and at this volume.
Yeah,
and I know it sounds like that doesn't sound like a glowing. It sounds like it's all right. No, but what I mean is everything is in its right place, because we've all done it, right, where we've had to paint something really rapidly to go to a tournament, right, and mistakes get made, but. I looked at these for a long time trying to find any. No, I didn't. I looked at them for a while, and I was like, he did all this in a week, and it's just neat. And I'm a big fan of the slightly darker green he's got as well.
Yeah. I like the brown on the cloaks as well. On a lot of the cloak, I know the Blight Lord Terminator there has the red, but on the Death Shroud and on the Plague Caster, he's got that kind of brown as well. Yeah. I really like that. That's cool. And you know what? This actually goes, I think, to a point we said earlier, right? Where Richard said, "Oh, they're not done," so he wants to do more detail on, which obviously is fab. But look at these models all together; they look awesome, right? They look great. There's if you want to do more detail, there's bits you want to pick out, you can. But for what is, as you say, a week's work done cleanly on a simple, and I hope Rich doesn't mind me saying, like a simple scheme of a few colours where you've kind of pulled everything together with the darker green, the sort of darker gold metallic, and then the browns and reds to just let the little bits pop, as well as the sort of more yellowish flesh on the faces and on the poxwalkers. When it comes together, it just all looks really good, even though it is like in his view not done or not finished where he wants to get it, but it just looks great. Yeah. So it just shows you what you can do.
Yeah, 100%. Couldn't agree more. Right. Are you guys ready for some homebrew Space Marine chapters?
Oh, yes.
I'm ready for some homebrew Space Marine chapters.
I was going to say, we got a couple of these in here, haven't we?
We do indeed. So, first up, we have the Knight of Zen.
Hey,
the Desert
I like
Lions Chaplain Duma, who is in the story that we are going to perform.
Yes, we need to do that at some point.
We need to rehearse.
We need to rehearse. We've actually got another story as well from another person, so we've got two to do.
Oh, perfect! we can do our Warhipster Plus episodes.
We could do the tales of many Warhipsters. But
the scroll's amazing. Just like this is cracking, and the blue book as well.
Yeah, and one of my favourite things about it, and he has sent through some more, so he's done more than just Chaplain Duma, but I really love that it's in the black of the Reclusiarchy, but the coat ties it into the rest of the Desert Lions.
Yeah. And it looks really good as well. In fact, the sort of khaki cloak or the yellowed cloak makes the black pop even more.
Yeah. 100%.
And then the red of the grip and the gun,
and the white shoulder pad as well.
It's just so neat. It's like
it's very neat. Well, look at the buckles.
Yeah,
look at the buckles on the belts, on the ammo pouches, and on the book as well. They're just so neat. It's fantastic. Great work.
And I also like how clean the scheme is that it comes together. Because it can be. Well, this is one of those things about creating your own homebrew chapter scheme, is that sometimes when you step away from the thing, so like once you've painted Tenet and Assessors, you know what you're doing with it, right? But then you get a model like a Chaplain, who is different because they are armored in black typically. It can be tricky to still feel like part of the chapter.
I know what you mean.
But it really, really blends in, and he has sent a family photo, which we will get to in a minute. And you'll see what I mean. It's like, oh yeah, no, that is definitely his full name to be precise is Duma, the Elder of Souls, 5th Pride of the Desert Lions chapter.
I like that he's called his company's Pride. So I like that. It's really cool.
I really love it as well. It's awesome. I'll show you the next thing he sent through, which was another set of Assault Intercessors.
Nice. Yeah,
you can never have too many Assault Intercessors.
They look super clean. They look really, really, really nice.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. Big fan. And I really like the red helmet on the sergeant.
Yeah.
I'm a big sucker for that.
I like the shield. I don't know what you call it.
The heraldic shield, that one.
Yeah.
The tilting shield he's got. Yeah.
Tilting shield, that's it, yeah.
Yeah. It's just, and it's such a nice scheme. And I know we're not lingering on this photo too long because, I'm going to show everybody now the family photo. There they are. Look at them.
Love it.
Yeah, they're looking really good.
It's just.
I don't know what the next plan is, but if I may be so bold, what I would love to see to go with that would be a vehicle.
Yeah, like a
colour scheme,
like a Thunderhawk, like a Thunderhawk gunship.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to do like an impulsor or something, or like a Space Marine tank. But I just because I think I just love the color scheme, and I think like having that sat in the background of that photo, just fantastic.
Or like a Redemptor or something. Or,
or a Redemptor, yeah, like a Dreadnought.
Or like
Blade
a...
Guard.
Or Blade Guard, yeah.
Or like an Astraeus. No, ignore me.
Yeah, have you thought about a Storm Eagle?
Or Warlord Titan.
You know me, I'm a big sucker for the big things.
They look fantastic, Simon. They're brilliant.
Yeah,
honestly,
I love it.
I'm a huge fan of this.
Even the little, and I think we mentioned it before. Like when we saw the other model, the silver of the vents on the power pack, the metallic. That it's when you see them all together, like it stands out more. Even it's just great.
Yeah, no, it's fab. It's really fab. I'm a big fan. So, Simon, thank you very much. We're now going to move on. Next up, we have our other homebrew chapter.
Okay.
We are going to our correspondent in the field.
Oh, news report.
Yes. So, you know how we asked him for a pronunciation guide?
Oh, okay. Oh, brilliant.
We got one.
He sent me through a video, which I'm now going to play. So this is Stephen, Alan, this is Chewy.
I don't know who Chewy is.
So, here we go.
Hey guys, and hello to my fellow Warhipsters out there. My name's Stephen, aka Chewy, and as much fun as it is watching you guys struggle with Irish pronunciations, I understand you want to show respect to my efforts and my history by having some help. Because we all know Irish words don't sound like you would expect. Looking at you, Siobhan. My hometown is called Armagh or Ardvaha, which means Macha's height, likely referring to the numerous hills the town was built on. Macha herself was an Irish goddess associated with war and fate and said to be one of 3 sisters collectively referred to as the Morrigan. In more recent history, the Morrigan is actually associated with a female spirit who heralds the death of a loved one by shrieking or howling, called a banshee. The period of history I take my chapter's inspiration from as many stories and heroes, so I've got a lot to work with, including my entry for this month, which is inspired by the death of one of Ireland's greatest warrior heroes, Cuchulainn. Please don't beat yourself up over pronunciations. I never studied Irish at school. Most of what I know comes from my own research. I'll finish here, but going forward I'll be sure to spell things out phonetically for you. Back to Josh in the studio. Was Macha an Eldar?
So there you go. Our roving reporter in the field.
That was fabulous. I love it. Thanks, Stephen. That's awesome.
Brilliant.
And we're still going to get it wrong. Well, I am.
Oh yeah, probably we all will.
He has helpfully said he's going to spell things out phonetically, but I'm still a terrible sight reader at times. So I'll have a go and then read the phonetics afterward, and it'll be, we'll have good clean fun with this every time. He has got some text for us, so he's done another month, another unit, and what a unit. First things first, he's included that short video which we've just seen.
That's brilliant.
He does say hopefully it won't cheapen the production too much. I think it's elevated.
It's enhanced it. It's enhanced it in every way. I love it.
So he has. So here we go. We've got a pronunciation here. He has spelled it phonetically. I've spotted it first. He says the death of Cuchulainn, spelt C-U with a thing over the top, and then Chullainn. But the phonetical spelling is Cuchulainn. Is a famous story in Ireland. He was a mythological demigod appearing in the Ulster cycle, known for his terrifying battle frenzy. The story that leads to his death is the story that leads to his death is quite long, but in short, the Morrigan hit on him and he turned her down. So she got upset and stripped him of his superhuman strength. He was then mortally wounded by a magical spear. Near death, Cuchulainn strapped himself to a standing stone so he could die on his feet to facing his enemies, which is so cool. None of his enemies were brave enough to approach his body, and he remained strapped to the stone for 3 days until eventually the Morrigan appeared in the form of a raven and landed on his shoulder. Upon seeing this, they realised they had been successful in killing Cuchulainn. So what better honour for one of Ireland's greatest war heroes than being entombed in a Redemptor dreadnought, styled to honour his legend. I've included an image of a statue, which we saw in the video, depicting his death located in Dublin, which is what inspired my styling on the model. If I'm honest, I don't think it turned out quite as I had initially envisioned. I might take another pass at the strapping and definitely need to find a better Raven model. My Knights of Macha, which I think we got, I think I got right, aren't the only thing I work on month to month, so I've also included an image of the Raven Wing Black Knights I finally completed earlier in the month, just because I'm a son of the lion at heart. Catch you guys next month.
I love it. It's fantastic. I've been saying the orange is so clean. Like the red orange is just, it's so clean, and that is such a difficult color I find to get right. So he's done an absolutely cracking job. And no, I see the callback to the Q Cullen story with the sort of the strap and then the stone as well. It's really cool. I really like it, and the raven obviously on the shoulder.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. It is so thematic. It
really
thematic.
Is. And you know what? Again, and we said it before, but like it's really obviously it's cool when people have a story and having a story behind your models. You know, from the Praetorian Trading Company that we've seen, and obviously the Desert Lions chapter as well, with the prides that we saw earlier. Like those are really cool, and it's like really good to have a story to tell. And when you've got a story to tell that you can then go, oh, and by the way, this is based on this, you know, amazing bit of you know, legend and myth that forms like an integral part of, you know, the Ulster Saga is like integral part of like Irish literature, certainly from the little that I know about it. So that's really cool to see that translate through into your models as well, because you can guarantee you're going to turn up at a tournament and then go, why is that Redemption Dreadnought got like a white like strap around it, and why is he stood next to a stone? And Stephen gets to tell that story. And that's what this is all about. Like that's really cool.
Yeah, 100%. Couldn't agree more. And the Raven Wing are really clean as well.
Yeah. I mean, not to detract from the Raven Wing. The Raven Wing are awesome as well. But I'm all about this custom chapter. I just think they're really cool. I just can't wait to see what else we get.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, 100%. Right, here we go then. So next up, we have things that fall out of my head.
Hey, hello.
Wow.
Look at this guy.
With the Troubadour of Maccabeus, or Maccabeus.
Maccabeus.
Now, he was talking a lot about this month, going, I think I've done a bad job, or it's so difficult, and I've used so many different colours, and he's covered it in loads and loads of transfers. But honestly, mate, I think this is your best one yet.
Ross, with all due respect, mate, shut up. It looks fabulous. I say that in a very South London with love kind of way, like shut up, you know. No, it looks absolutely fabulous, and it like, I don't know what to say. It's like it's like a Harlequin, but in knight form.
Yeah, that's exactly what he was going for. So without me saying it, and you've just said that, it means you've done it. 100% is successful. It's dead good. He's got some text, of course. So he says, say hello to the Troubadour of Maccabeus. Tales swirl on the arid world of Maccabeus Quintus, telling of a knight pilot whose numerous campaigns across the galaxy serve as a glorious pilgrimage in honour of the god emperor. Born in one of the numerous hive shrines that punctuate the surface of this world, the pilot's name has been lost, but he is known by the moniker the Troubadour, owing to his knight's increasingly gaudy appearance. Said to maintain part of every previous campaign's livery in reverence of his fallen comrades, the Freeblade is famed for his colourful appearance and seeming galaxy-spanning appearances in numerous theatres of war. Imperial compatriots speak of the blur of mixed liveries and destruction whenever the troubadour joins battle, no doubt hoping to add to the dozens of accolades that cover his knight's adamantine shell. There's a video on his YouTube channel going deeper into the process of how he got into and out of the problems with this one, along with a dedicated basing video. It says, keep up the great work and see you all next month. See you all next month.
Yeah, I mean, we said it there. Again, another great example of a really cool and interesting backstory that you can tell. Because again, people are going to look at this and go, why is he like so many different colours? Like, what's the story? There's got to be a reason behind that. So you just got this whole story like ready to go for him. No, I love it. It's a really, really cool model. And actually, do you know what? It's funny, like, talking about the whole Harlequin thing, but what it reminds me of in some ways, and I hope Ross won't mind me saying, is like Formula One or NASCAR, right? Like, you know, when they have all the different stickers all over all the sponsors all over the car. Yeah. It's kind of like that, but it's obviously all the like campaign honours that he's gained as he says in the description there. So I really like that. I think it's cool. It's like it's a bit of personalization almost by the pilot of the night.
No, I'm a
What I
big
think is
fan.
really cool is you mentioned the base, but the feet of the model really tie into the base with like the mud effect. I really like how it kind of brings it all together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great work.
I like the weathering on the melter gun as well, or the thermal lance, I believe it is on an armor gun.
Yeah. No, I'm a big fan. I'm really enjoying seeing this. I can't, Ross. At some point, you're going to have to send us so many family photos. It's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, family photo would be really cool when these are all together.
Yeah, 100%. Right, moving on. We have Mezigis. We have Mez. Ryan Willis here with with a librarian and some custodians. He said he started on his next army with the custodians, starting with some Alarus to try the Aquilan Shield scheme. And since another 500 points was requested from ourselves last month, he has done the librarian for the third HQ slot. So he's done a Phobos librarian there for his custom chapter, and those 3 Alarus custodians, which is really cool.
Yeah, they look awesome. I love the
purple.
Yeah, that like rich imperial purple scheme. Yeah, cracking.
Yeah, and oh, sorry, Rich, go on.
I was going to say, the red on the cloak reminds me of where your tutorials where you get to run brown into the creases to make it the red like so much deeper.
Yeah, no, I've done that quite a few times on the new Dominion set as well. It's just like, oh, I'm good with this. It's really good. One of my favourite things, and I don't see it very often, but it really works on these custodians, is silver blades.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point, because you don't see that. You normally see blue. I mean, mine are purple, my blades on my custodians. But yeah, the actual use of the silver blades is it makes them stand out just because people don't do it.
Weirdly, I've never seen it. This is the first time I've ever seen it, and it works so
well. I don't
well.
think I have either. Yeah, I don't think I have either, and it does work really well. It looks really, really, really good.
It makes the axe look really lethal.
I like the use of white as an accent color on the like braiding the ropes that are on the cloaks there as well, and on their I guess in between their legs around the sort of codpiece. But they it's really nice. It's a nice little pop accent color as well.
It looks sharp.
Yeah,
it does look sharp. Yeah, it does look sharp, definitely.
Especially the way they act as well. Yeah.
Big fan. And again, awesome that you're doing that 500 points extra of that Space Marines force. It seems that our compliments and mild bullying actually worked.
8 more, 2 more.
Yeah, no, great job. Well done, Ryan.
Nice one, Ryan. Yeah. Nice one, man.
Okay.
Bases as well.
Next up, we have Gloomspite Noob with some Death Guard.
Ooh.
Death Guard. Look at these grotty boys.
Yeah, they are dead grotty. He's got 2 slides.
Head
So
to toe.
he's got, this is the close-ups, and then we've got one of the whole unit together. Same thing. But yeah, again, just another great Death Guard scheme, and was what I've really enjoyed of this month in particular. Well, I mean all months, right? All the Death Guard that we've seen, they're all just slightly different, and they're all fantastic.
Yeah. I like the green plasma. It's like a shooting kind of like toxic like vomit
Gun,
out the plasma gun. Yeah.
No, it's really good. I like the use of the green on the icon as well, like in the fly symbol. It looks really nice. These are like that. What did I call them last time? I said they were like the jungle Death Guard, right? Like they are like the sort of slightly brighter tropical Death Guard in the Garden of Nurgle.
Yeah.
And I really like it. And as you say, when you look at them compared to like the other Death Guard from Rich, from myself, from others as well, it just shows you the volume of, with a bit of sort of just messing around, considering fundamentally they're all green in one form or another, really. It shows you the variety you can get out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Well, it's like
100%.
it really ties into the base. It's like they kind of like, I don't even know how to describe it, coming up from the ground almost. Like it all just ties
it
up.
looks like they're walking around in like bubbling gunk, doesn't it?
Well, wading out of the swamp, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll show you the full picture. So there you go. There's the whole scheme.
Yeah, they look lovely. They look really, really nice.
Oh, nice
And I
hobby
just
space as
I just
well.
like they're bright. I just like that they're bright. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's a really really simple thing to say, but like I just love that they are bright Death Guard rather than like my weathered Death Guard or sorry, mine aren't weathered that well, but the weathered Death Guard or the kind of darker, more traditional Death Guard. It makes them pop again.
Yeah.
It makes them look a bit different.
Yeah.
And then when you have like the tongues and stuff sticking out, it just pops on like another.
Yeah, the
level.
gums and the tentacles, and I'm saying the gums because he's got that like big mouth in his armor there, the guy with the icon, but the tentacles as well, like that all pops, and the use of the yellows as well on some of the like bits on the armor. It's really cool.
Yeah. One of my favourite things about this photo was when I first opened it, my eyes were immediately drawn to the custodians in the background. And
Yeah.
the reason why is because the one that you can see quite clearly, the one who's sort of walking forwards, that sculpt always to me. Have you ever seen that meme that is a close up? I think it's of a Space Marine face, and it is just it's a thing going by the Emperor, that kind of thing. That custodian looks like he was going for a jog, and he's just kind of
seen the Death Guard.
He's turned around the corner and seen these Death Guard and gone, oh, by the Emperor, and is about to like kind of go, no, we go the other way. It's fantastic. I know that sounds like a weird bit of praise. It's meant to be that your paint job was so good that it turned a custodian around. But yeah, it made me laugh immediately. I've got one that is built exactly like that, and every time I look at him, I always think he's doing oh my.
Yeah, he does look a bit shocked, doesn't he? He's a pretty weird, pretty funky pose.
He has -1 leadership to himself
because he's seen those Death Guard. No, he's really good, man. I love it. Love him.
Yeah, no, it's great stuff. It's awesome. Yeah, no, good job. Thanks, Mr. Noob. We've got Mr. Boob and Mr. Noob. Thank you, Mr. Noob.
Boob and Noob.
So, next up, we've got something slightly different next up.
Oh.
Next up, we have... we have Vilke Iyer. I think that's how you say it. I keep getting it wrong. He's popped into the Friday show a couple of times, and I think we said, I'm probably getting your name wrong, and I think he probably did correct me, and I've forgotten what the correct pronunciation is. But...
Is it error? Is it like the...
Maybe. I think so. Probably.
Aya?
Probably. But he's done some Space Wolves. Now, these are slightly different Space Wolves. He does have 2 slides, which will explain it a little bit more on the next one. But I'll read out what he sent through, because he's sent through some really nice words. He said, Dudes, I just want to start off by saying you're all legends.
Oh, it's nice.
Very kind.
You've given me countless hours of hobby background chat, and have to say you're a class act, minus the baby shark.
I told
Don't
you
sing
that
it.
was a bad idea.
Don't sing it.
Baby
Don't,
shark,
I don't want to get demonetized.
Beat me up.
Baby. Anyway, loving the idea of 10 many Warhipsters and said I'd jump on the bandwagon. So here he's joined us. Anyway, I finally got back into the hobby after a very, very extended hiatus. Last box set I owned was Gorka Morka. And at one point, I bought my brothers the Battle for Macragge set to try and get them into the hobby. Sadly, this was to no avail, and the hobby kind of got pushed to the wayside. I kept up to date with the lore throughout the years, ingesting everything I could get my hands on. During the pandemic, I decided to take a stab at it again. I began researching what I'd like to collect and couldn't avoid my favourites, the Emperor's Executioners. Maybe it's the inner Celt in me, but I just like the idea of a bearded, screaming, drunken space Viking killing Xenos. Next problem I had was 9th edition. I originally didn't like the idea of the older models seemingly getting phased out, but after looking at the new sculpts, I couldn't resist. I personally couldn't justify buying brand new models, so I popped onto eBay and bought some second-hand stuff and some biostrip and got to work. My wife was a bit taken aback at first with a grown man painting miniature toys, but has since come around to the idea. She even bought me a hobby lamp. I'm not sure if she's just sick of spending time with me, and that's where the encouragement for me to hobby is coming from, but that's a rabbit hole I'll avoid today. She still gets her kicks out asking if I'm doing arts and crafts most nights. I am a man of structure, he says, and couldn't start painting until I had the whole lot green stuffed and posed the way I liked. It took me another 5 months to pick up a brush. My last few models I wasn't happy with, to be brutally honest. Looking back on them, they seemed rushed. I found myself getting caught up in the pile of shame mentality and started rushing things and not looking at it as a pile of potential and taking my time and enjoying it. Needed a palette cleanser, so I bought some Atlantic War Games dwarves and said I'd paint them up as some homebrew lore dudes that were found in the Fang. An idea I had been thinking about. Come on, GW, just bring back squats. I found when I was painting models, I'd be making up names and backstories for the model I'd be painting, so said I'd start putting it on paper, hence my leap in homemade fan lore. Anyway, the dudes I have sent you are my first 8 of the children of the Underfang. Their camo is something I blatantly copied off someone on Instagram, sorry bruh, similar to the Cadian 1/22nd, but with a few tweaks. Basing was something I wanted to work on. These dudes were supposed to be found in some abandoned outpost, so I tried to replicate it. They are blue stuff push molds done with milliput and a few cork boulders. The texture was taken off my 4-year-old's Batman playset, believe it or not. The wolf guard is the Haldor ice pelt model with a few tweaks. Again, based the same as they cut cross paths in my lore, and I'll show you him in a minute. And the wolf priest is a Kit's bash. Forge World head and body, Terminator legs, and Wolf Lord on Thunderwolf axe. Oh, and cape. Oh, and a toothpick for his Crozius. And the and the dead thousand son Boyo. Yes, Magnus did. And he said, yes, Magnus did a lot wrong. All have been painted with Vallejo paints minus the gold, which is Retributor. I've attached the lore, but understand if it's not your thing. It is our thing. So what you have to do is you have to comment on this and let us know if you want us to read out your story, and we will do it. We won't do it in this video because we've got 2 stories now to do it. They're not long, but they would take up the most of the video. But yeah, do let us know, Mick, if you want us to do that, and we will do a specific video of the tales of many Warhipsters. Anyway, sorry for the long rant. I appreciate the opportunity to share some of the models with you guys. And he is, of course, Vilka Ayer, if you fancy popping by and saying hello on Instagram. And there you go. So that's what he's done.
Well, I mean, first of all, thank you very much, Mick. It's very kind words. And second of all, we appreciate you sharing the hobby with us because this is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I love that.
Wow, what a cool What I love about this as well is it's and I hope Mick doesn't say it's very like Blue Peter, right? Like it's very much like, you know, here's some things I had, here's some things I've sort of kit bashed together and green stuff, and then like the fact the bases are also based on like the Batman playset. I think that's fabulous.
Yeah,
it's brilliant. Like what a great idea! Like for your own authentic force, which is your thing that you've made that is unique that no one else is going to have, and again you can tell that story. So the idea of using them as like the sort of the troops that are in this abandoned outpost in the Underfang, I think that's really cool. That's awesome.
Yeah,
and they look great.
I like that idea of all like your armies, all your stuff you collect being tied. It's being tied together. Like all my Empyrean armies, I like to think they're on a crusade together. I think that's just really cool.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
I think these are fabulous actually. And isn't there some lore as well that I say there's some lore. I know the lore is that the tribes on Fenris, like the Space Wolves recruit from, like they fight each other and they kind of survive the big sort of geographic upheavals that happen on Fenris, and you know the strongest that come out of that are the ones I guess that get sort of taken off to go and join the Space Wolves. But aren't they also? I mean, they're not quite like feudal world. Like they've got guns and stuff. Because I'm sure I read. I can't remember what book it was I read, but there was one where they had. There was one where they would. The whole opening bit is like the guy is going across the ice on like a sort of ice boat skimmer thing, and like he's being shot at by an enemy tribe. That's from the Burning of Prospero. I know exactly where that's from, which is obviously told from the Space Wolves' perspective. But yeah, no, this is really, really, really cool. I really love it. Like, what a great set of models, and they've done a brilliant job.
It's absolutely fab. I really.
I've been watching a lot of the
looking gun.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of The Last Kingdom recently on Netflix, and these are very much in that sort of like Anglo-Saxon Viking, you know, the Dane helmet style as well, which I really love.
No, I'm a big fan. I'll show you the other slide of his because
yeah. No,
these are the big boys. There you go. So that's what I meant. They will make sense when I show you those bits.
Yeah.
So there's the Haldor ice pelt model, and there's the.
I can see that Thousand Suns on the base, dead where it belongs.
Don't maybe come and smite you to death, because I will. No, Magnus did get quite a lot wrong, unfortunately.
Oh, look at that shield.
Harryman's a good guy, but Magnus. Yeah, no, these are just brilliant. Like, these are lovely.
No, I'm a big fan. It's a really lovely. It's a really lovely color palette.
That pose on the body is brilliant. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Just stand there like, look at this guy I just killed.
Hey, everybody, check out this guy I just killed.
Only counts as guy. It only counts as one.
Somebody, he's got like what you can't see on the model. He's actually got one of those little handheld vacuum cleaners, because that's how he's going to clean up the rubric screen in the end, because he's just a dusty boy. But yeah,
dust.
no, these, all his dust, including this guy. No, these are wonderful. Seriously, Mick, thank you for sending them, mate. They look fabulous, and yeah, please keep them coming. Keep them coming.
Definitely, please do. Yeah.
Family photo again. That would be another cool when you've added more to the force, like when you go on together, like send us a family photo, because I'd love to. Considering the amount of like conversion and personalization you've done already, I can't wait to see what you do. Like, the whole army's going to look mint when it's done.
Definitely.
Mm.
Definitely, couldn't agree more. Do you want to see the last one?
Yeah.
Wow. I know what it's going to be.
The disappointment,
what?
the disappointment in your voice was
what
just
clown
so
festival is this gonna be?
so delicious. Then it's just,
I just have to wind you up. It's just built into me.
Oh, that's great. I love that. That's great.
Oh,
Yeah.
this guy.
So there's just this guy, right?
Oh,
He's
look
just-
at this.
he's
This
just-
guy.
It just this guy. What is his name? The Warhipster, whatever.
Yeah.
He's done some demonettes. He's done an all right job. You know.
Coming in here with his demonettes. God, who do you think he is? No, these are
Looking
lovely,
all
mate.
good.
They look fabulous. I love the blending you've done on the legs as well, like from the demonette hide skin into the.
I didn't realise they had like bird legs.
Bird legs, yeah, and claws. That's how they get you. You don't notice that, and then
These
choppy.
these
Kind of new.
these people things. I didn't know what to. I kept getting it wrong in the video because I kept calling them girls, but they're not girls. You know,
Demons. They're amorphous beings of the warp, right?
yeah.
The demonettes.
They're aspects of Slanesh.
Yeah, well, I kept misgendering them because, you know, they're all genders, you know. So I did well on some of the clips. I kept calling them they. I was referring to them as they. I was getting the pronouns right, but I kept getting it wrong. And I didn't. Yeah, so they were quite a challenge to figure out. I did do
really?
I did a live stream when I was figuring it out. So their flesh, right? Their flesh has a purple hue, but it's very white.
Yes, yeah. It's a weird color, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very, very, very weird color. It's very unique to them as well. It was tricky.
Magos is quite translucent anyway, so would you have to like make it even more so?
Well, that was the issue when I was trying to figure it out. So thinning down Magos just gives it's not deep enough, and it gives it too kind of a pinky tone. It needs a purple tone to it. So what it is it's thinned down Shaiish purple.
Okay.
Wow.
But then it has a layer of Slanesh grey and pallid witch flesh mixed together over the top of it. And once I'd figured it out, I was like, oh yeah, no, this now looks super, super, super effective. But what's really cool about them, and that was one of my favourite things was to do with them, is that the silver also has a purple hue to it. And you see this on all Slanesh models. All of their silver has a purple hue to it. You don't shade it with like, you know, Nuln Oil, Basilicon, grey, whatever. You shade it with purple. Now that's another tricky challenge, because when you use it, again, it becomes one of those things where it's like, oh, I could just slap Shaiish purple on that quite easily. But no. So the majority of them, what I did do is I basically did similar to what you did, Adam, with your Death Guard, is I painted in all the details and then did a shade of this thinned down Shaiish purple all over. I have done a video on this, and it will come out soon, just getting Dominion done in a minute. But yeah, they were just one of those things where I was like, oh, I don't know how to do this to get it the way I want it, because that shade on their necks, it is definitely purple. It's definitely a dark purple, but it also looks like you could use Apothecary White on them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's,
You've done amazing.
Oh, thank you.
As much as it pains me to say.
Thank you very much.
No, they look
joking.
really good, mate.
They
They
look
look really good.
brilliant.
And again, I got a box of Demonettes. My other half, Kelly, has just walked in the room. She has just taken a little peek at them. So you'll be doing these soon, right? She gave me a gesture. I won't repeat that.
Don't
for the
replicate
viewers.
it for the viewers at home, because
I won't
this is a
replicate it for
family
the viewers
show.
at home.
Yeah,
She went like this. No, they look really cool. And yeah, to get that purple shading on all of it, it really does pull it together.
Yeah, they all look uniform but unique at the same time.
Yeah. I also, what I really like about Demonettes generally, and you've really done it really well here, is the black eyes. Because one of the things they always talk about with Demonettes, whenever you read any of the lore, is like how they have these kind of like, they're like, you know, it's like it's like a shark's eye. It's like looking into a black hole. You know, it's
Like a
sort of-
banshee.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially that one with the
Exactly.
hair at the front. It's like screaming. Ah!
Yeah, there we go. Do you know what? Actually, to go back to when we were talking about earlier about the Morrigan and talking about the Banshee, you know, maybe these are a potential conversion opportunity for something along those lines for that army as well. So, they look really cool. They look like they've got some. They look like they are very dynamic as well. Like they are coming at you, and you're not going to have a good time.
no, thank you.
I mean, maybe you will have a good time. It's Slanesh. You'll have a good time. Then it will be horribly painful.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I am really enjoying painting demons, and I never thought I would, but I'm really enjoying it. So thank you, Bellicor, for bringing
What's
that
your
into my life.
what's your next demon thing? Because
We'll
obviously
talk
you've
about that
done the
later.
you've.
Oh,
I'm
God,
sorry,
Adam,
I'm-
you're
I'm-
skipping ahead.
It's skipping ahead. I mean, I know we're finished with this section, but yeah, no, I've really enjoyed doing the bloodletters. I really enjoyed doing the demonettes once I'd figured it out. So we'll see. Like, I've got plague bearers and horrors. I know which one I'm going to do next, but we've got plague bearers and horrors to do next. We'll see which one I enjoy the most.
The plague horrors.
and then it might be. I mean, I've been thinking about how to run demons competitively, and at the moment, without Codex Chaos Demons, 9th edition version, the best way is to run them as Slanesh Demons, hence my comments earlier about having 3 Keepers of Secrets. The thing I've got banding around in my head is basically the list has 2 Keepers of Secrets, plus Shalaxi Hellbane, which is the named one, plus Bellicor, a Contorted Epitome, and then
That's a cool model.
and then you just fill out the rest of it with demonettes to make the detachments legit.
Yeah. And they're scary. They're dead quick, and they are quite choppy. They can be a little bit fragile, as demons tend to be, but they get into combat with you. You're in trouble.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe pink horrors or blue horrors or even brimstone horrors might be my favourite to paint. In which case, we will see a lot of Tzeentch demons. Anyway, that's it for this section. So we're going to flip over to the roundup. Well, gentlemen, there we are. The end of chapter 3. What did you think?
Brilliant, awesome, amazing.
I mean,
fabulous.
what can you say? I'm always conscious, like I'm overdoing it, but like the dedication and the effort that people put into their armies, it just never fails to impress. It's like, you know, Mick and Stephen, and like the whole of the submissions that we've had are just crazy. Like, they're just really good.
Yeah.
And the quality of the painting is very high, but also the quality of just pure dedication, just that people put into it to build something that is theirs, that is unique, that is their own, and that they can show off, and that they want to share it with us. I think it's lovely. I like being involved in this. It's a real spirit lifter, as it were.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
completely agree.
and the kind of stories and the explanations that people are giving with it are really great, and it's just nice to start seeing all the family pictures of what everybody's built up over the time.
Yeah,
Through.
seeing it all come together is really nice as well. But yeah, just again, you know, keep it up, guys. We like really appreciate it. I think it's fantastic.
So I'm going to put you both on the spot.
Oh,
You know, we always do this. I always ambush you with this question. Richard, which one was your favourite?
So I feel like Megan stands out to me. Hers was brilliant, but I really like Chewie's video.
yeah,
You know, even though it's not hobby painting wise, but the explanation, the story, it was really amusing and fun to watch. So he set himself a little challenge and a present there to do that every single month. I want to see more of it, 'cause it's brilliant. And if everybody wants else to do something that funny, you have to send those in to Josh and give him some more work to do with his editing.
Yeah, I don't know. I think in terms of, I really like Choose Redemptor. I really like the story behind that. I thought it was really cool. The use of the Raven and the sort of references to Ku Cullen. We'll get the pronunciation right, or try to. But I've got to admit, like Mick's story as well with the Space Wolves and the use of the like third party dwarf models as well. I thought that was really fun. I thought it was really nice to see. And again, you know what? I said this on Conclave podcast. I've said it on videos with you guys on the Friday show. I'd say it all flipping time. Stop myself from swearing there. But the bringing new people into the hobby is one of the best things about this. Like seeing people who go, oh yeah, I did this like 10, 20 years ago, and I've decided to pick it up again, and here is what I've done, and it's all amazing.
Yeah.
Like that I love seeing that, because more people playing the hobby, more people to roll dice with, more cool models to see, more cool stories to hear, which is what we're all about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So your favourite? What was your favourite? Did I miss that?
Oh, I said Redemptor. I think the Redemptor.
Chewy,
yeah, just
Chewy
like
was,
I
Chewy
think
got your-
it's a joint. I think it's a joint between. I'm going to have to go joint between Choose Redemptor and also the Underfang Guard as well, like the little Atlantic models. Was it the dwarves?
Yeah,
It has to be a joint between those, because I just think it's really cool to see that customization and that story coming through all those. And that is, to be absolutely clear, and I appreciate I'm hedging myself like absolute numpty here, because it's like, all right, I love you all equally, but like a mum. But no, that's not to detract from anyone else's models, because they're all fabulous. They're all just really good.
I did the same. I didn't it, Ray. You asked for one,
Yeah.
I chose two. It's fine.
It's really hard to pick them up. I mean, the Troubadour, the Armiger model as well. Like, it's just fab,
yeah.
and it just shows you like, and the bright Death Guards. I mean, I can go on. The Praetorian Trading Company, like, the fact that they all stand out in your mind as you think through them is a testament to how good they are. So
Yeah.
it's bloody hard to pick a favourite, and I wish
100%.
you'd stop doing it.
I can tell you my least favourite was that guy at the end, Water Hamster or whatever his
Demon.
name was.
The Water Hamster, yeah.
Water
the demons.
hamster.
Warminster. He's named after a place near Bath.
Oh yeah, Warminster. Yeah. I wish he'd stop submitting. I completely echo that sentiment, and yeah, what you said there is absolutely right. The fact that they all just live there, they live rent free in your mind, which makes them just so unique and wonderful. I mean, I'm gonna go with the Fortress of Redemption, just because. Fair play, Andy. Fair play.
Yeah.
You and I are the biggest
Well played,
contrast painters out there now. But it's great stuff.
You two and that other chap who paints contrast have to come together in like a Highlander style battle. There can be only one.
We just paint each other.
Just throw contrast at each other.
like that gotcha video from like that's now I've realised is now like 7 or 8 years old, and it makes me sad. Remember that gotcha? You didn't have to cut me off.
Oh, yeah. I remember the one.
Yeah. Sorry, that was a weird callback, but he gets painted in the video, and it stood out in my mind.
Now you're just somebody that I used to know.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, no, that was great. Honestly, again, I'm really, of course. I mean, this is an idea I had 6 months ago, and there's so many of you out there now taking part in it, which is fantastic. It really warms my heart.
I want to see them all in person. Honestly, I hope at some point, the plague permitting, well, that seems to be on its way, or at least we're dealing with it now more effectively. I would really love if we could organise something where we can just see all this stuff in person.
That is my plan. It has been requested 4 times now by different people in various live streams. When are we going to have Warhipster game day? And well, I've put some wheels in motion to get that going.
Yeah, a big hamster wheel. He's got the war hamster on the wheel.
Yeah,
turning the wheel.
That's exactly.
And the
right.
water wheel as well.
I started, of course, in the one place everybody starts when trying to organise an event, and it was an event T-shirt, and it just says, "I took part in the tale of many Warhipsters," and then it's a beard round here like this.
Yeah.
It's really, really bad. But I'm going to organise an event for everyone to get together and play some games, celebrate some hobby, and shake some hands, which will be really, really cool. So, the business. We have to do the business. We have to do the admin at the end. We always do this, of course. When is the next chapter due? When is your hobby pound of flesh due? So, the deadline week will be, and I will put it up on the screen now. It will come. It'll overlap all of us. Will be the week commencing the 4th of October. So you have that week to get it into us at therealwarhipster@gmail.com.
Right in my diary.
Week commencing 4th of October, because we are going to film it the following week. So make sure you get your stuff into us any time between the 4th and the 10th. And of course, if you want to get stuff in before, you absolutely can. But if you get stuff in any later than the 10th, it goes into chapter 5. So yeah, chapter 4, deadline, week commencing the 4th of October. And what are we going to do next? Well, I am going to be painting the I'll get it now. It's just here by my foot. I am going to be painting Gortle Pulpskull, the Invidian Plague Host.
Sounds like a lovely chap.
Yeah, he is a lovely chap. This box
Jolly
has, it has 20 Plague Bearers. It has Sloppity Bilepiper, and I think that's a Tallyman or Spoilpox Scrivener.
Yeah, is he the guy with the big mouth tube?
Yes.
The thing.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to be painting
cool.
some stuff in that. Probably I'm going to definitely be painting the Plague Bearers, but I might try and get some more stuff in that box done for next week. Adam, what are you going to do next? Are you going to finally do those?
Current Dreamborn. I'm still not finished. I will try to. So September's a weirdly busy month for me, but I'm going to try and do. I'll try and get the True done. There will probably be a few more sisters because we have tournaments coming up and I'm playing around with my list at the moment and for some reason still haven't got quite everything I need or that I want. And then apart from that, I think we're going to have some Thousand Sons because I was lucky enough to win in a charity raffle at the excellent London Wargaming Guild or Wargaming Guild Summer Slaughter competition. The one thing I did win there was a box of start collecting Thousand Sons, and I have been working, sort of thinking about how I'm going to put those together. So it'll probably be a bunch of them as well. So you might end up with like a weirdly prolific block of just here a load of.
I've got one of these to paint for you for that Thousand Sons.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. My
yes, your Infernal Master, as well as some Zangors and stuff coming to a channel near you. Richard, what are you going to be painting for next month? 6,000 Grey Knights?
Yeah, so I'll be a lot of Grey Knights.
Shadow Swords strapped together.
Be another Dread Knight, 30 so Inceptors, a Captain, might be an Ancient thrown in there, maybe a Champion. So basically a lot of Grey Knights to make up a 2,000 point plus army. Just to keep on the Imperial Guard thing, because I feel like I need to do some sort of guard every month. I might just throw some more guardsmen in there if I can get round to it and it not destroy my soul.
If you can squeeze them in.
If I can squeeze them in, yeah.
Awesome stuff. I'm really looking forward to seeing what everybody at home gets done next month, of course, because we've got so much cool stuff. Really great episode. Thank you so much, guys. This is my favorite part of the month when we get to do this. So yeah, thank you very much for joining us. And we'll see if we can get a guest on next week. I think next month. We'll see if we can get a guest on. Yeah, that'll be quite fun.
Yeah, let's get a guest on.
But yeah, any final thoughts?
Oh no, just keep it up. Yeah, I'm super excited about seeing what's next, and stop all being really good at the hobby. I'm like, this is rubbish. No, I'm kidding. No, everything is fantastic. So just keep it coming. It's also my favourite part of the month. And thank you to you, of course, Josh, for putting this together and for having myself. And I also plan to.
You ruined it with Dab.
Yeah.
There was going to be a bow. There was going to be a
yeah.
bow, and then I just decided to dab because I'm a
We're cool. We're cool like that.
I'm a YouTuber, right? It's what we do.
Yeah.
We do
Yeah.
things
Well, we
like
need to get. Well, it's all right. Once I start seeing adverts for Josh the Warhipster appearing in Fortnite in character form, then I'll know you've really made it.
Flossing on our screen.
But yeah, no. Thank you for having me, and I would assume Rich feels the same, but I won't presume to speak for him.
No, yeah, thank you, Josh. It's a load of fun, and it's just a load of fun being part of something that's so wholesome for the community.
Yeah, and we obviously do have the Friday show that we do sometimes on a Friday, sometimes on other days. And recently, because we have been a bit busy, unfortunately I haven't been able to appear on it. And I know Josh has been sort of pushing it forward, so we will get the Friday show back to a more sort of regularity.
The Friday show might have to get renamed to a Saturday show.
Yeah, we might have to just change the date.
Yeah, because
just the show.
We could just call it the show. The show.
The show.
Insert day show.
Big show. The big show. But yeah,
now,
no,
if I can get
tune in.
If I can get the rights to Big Show's theme tune, then I will call it the Big Show, so that I can just have that well every time we start it. But yeah, no, we will get thank you.
So do tune in on Instagram and check us out.
Yes,
we chat this sort of nonsense in more free flowing form.
Indeed, we do. And Rich often brings a beloved melody to the show, and sings it relentlessly until it gets stuck in everybody's head for the next month. So he's very.
It's not my fault. It's someone else's fault. I'll see if I can bring different songs.
That's what they all say. Yes. So I have been the Warhipster. They have been ADR Wargaming and Reza Prime, and of course you can find Adam's YouTube channel 5 Minute 40k here on YouTube, hence why it's called a YouTube channel. And you can find actually the three of us playing Warzone on Rich's YouTube channel on Reza Prime, if you want to go and see that. But yeah, thank you so much.
Many moons ago.
Yes, many moons ago. We should really think about doing that again at some point. Maybe
I think I'm banned from PS4 now.
Well, maybe when Call of Duty Vanguard comes out, or maybe when Battlefield 2042 comes out. But that is a conversation for another time. For this is the tale of many Warhipsters, and it is over. Chapter 3 is concluded. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Happy wargaming.
Bye, guys.
If you enjoyed this video, you love the channel, and you want to support me further like these legends and bosses on the screen before you, you can do so. Head to patreon.com/Warhipster or head to ko-fi.com/Warhipster. Alternatively, you can now become a YouTube channel member by heading to the channel page and clicking on the join button just here, just like these absolute bosses have done. And if you just want to shoot me a little thanks, just because you really love this video, you can click on the thanks button just below this video. Don't forget to share it, like it, comment on it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And to make sure you stay up to date, don't forget to click the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Happy wargaming.